Yes, family. Yes, greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First, Empress Menin. Y'all already know, man. One perfect balance. Yes, it's kind of what time is it now? Jeez, on boy, look, it's minutes to we coming in late. This is crazy. But anyhow, I want to say thanks for the folks who going to take their time and stroll in. Yeah, that kind of night, family. Y'all have no idea. So it's been official. I've been hacked officially, and I getting online is a challenge now. I've got most of the other stuff out. There's one or two bugs I still can't get rid of. So this is kind of a pilot thing I'm doing tonight. Do it a little different. I'm even going to deploy the use of my device here, my mobile, and even do a little walk. I might just end up in the kitchen. So they gonna make me something to eat while I'm at it. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Um, are the children out of control? Is my question. And what about the food? What exactly are we doing? I've been seeing so many things going on right now. It's crazy. So all I'm gonna tell you is to go tell a friend to tell a friend. We got much to discuss, and yes, officially politically incorrect has now joined the ranks of all those who came before me. Yeah, I've been tapped in. They tapped in, man. Yeah, they tapped in. Well, not really. I can't really fault them, but technology is a funny thing, you don't really know. So I can't say that I was hacked per se, but there's a glitch in the Windows software that Windows and Microsoft is aware of, but it is affecting my system, which is a system that I don't usually expose to certain harmful things. So yeah, we don't know. It's one of the kind of things we are not sure how it happened, but it has happened. So I'm dealing with that even as we speak on the separate monitors on that side. I can still see the issue, but we over here we work in some science. We gonna see how it works up, hold up to the night. So my question really is: are the children out of control? Why am I asking that question? By the way, I heard they found the missing young lady, the young lady that was missing for a couple of days. They found her. She's back home safe. Well, let me not say that. They said they've traced her. I don't know if they returned her home or not. So let me not say that. But too many missing children these days, man. Like every time you look around, another youth gone missing. It's just crazy. What's going on with the young people, man? What's going on with the young people, man? We're gonna look at that tonight. We're gonna have some discussions. I want to open the phone line for those who still up. For those who still up, y'all already know. Remember to tune in politically incorrect every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday at 8 p.m. Yes, I know 8 p.m. Some more like American daylight saving time by now. We all at after 9 minutes to 10. Yeah, well, we coming in hot, man, because it's that kind of night. I was wrestling with this all evening, trying to get it to the point where it can actually function and not disturb the quality of the program. So, yeah. So we here though. We here. We cooking with gas. We cooking with gas. So go tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, see, there you go. It started already, but I'm gonna navigate it. It's an issue with the Windows 10 software. Like I said, I've done some research on it, but who says, who knows? This is so simple, it can disrupt how things function. But anyhow, we on the battlefield. We understand that them is things that's happen. We understand that all too well. And we adapt to suit. So go tell a friend and tell a friend. Are the children out of control? What about the food? What exactly are we doing? What are we doing, family? What are we doing? So go tell a friend and tell a friend while we wait for some folks to stroll on up in here, man. I got some videos to share. I got some articles to share. In fact, I want to start off with this one. Let me go ahead and jump right into this because this is going to be the basis of where we. Yeah, I'm gonna start with it. I'm gonna start with it. This is where we're gonna be going anyhow. So we might as well get to it. We might as well get to it. This is another movie that y'all may or may not have seen. This is a particular scene from a movie that y'all may or may not have seen. And oh, by the way, hang on a second. I got some other good news to share. Let me see if we got a list here real quick. Let me get a list. We have someone has contacted us, politically incorrect. They love the program. They said they loved the program. In fact, they also said that they had to start watching some other program. I won't call the name. I thought that was they had an interesting conversation, to say the least. And I'm just going to quote what they said. Yo, man, that's just showing shade. I ain't gonna do it. I want to say this though. So I have someone pledging to sponsor some more shirts for the program. They said, "Listen, man, I seen one of the shirts a guy was wearing. I guess he would have gotten it through the program. In fact, that's how they became aware of the program. So whoever you are, I'm not sure. A few people got shirts. He was wearing a shirt, and they saw it. They asked him, and they came on and they messaged me, and they talked about." They loved the program. They're watching old programs. They love the programs, and they're new to the page, and so they want a shirt. I said, "Well, I don't have no more shirts. We did a shirt run. It was okay, but we didn't quite. I still owe like two people shirts." So they said, "Well, how much are the shirts to get printed?" I said, "Well, So they want to sponsor. So I want to give a shout out to the sponsor. Yes, I want to give a big shout out to you and the whole team you're working with. We are going to say thank you at Politically Incorrect. The whole family say thank you. So
Politically incorrect.
yes, we give it thanks, we give it thanks, we give it thanks, because after all, it's the people like yourself that make this thing happen, those that support it directly and even indirectly. So we're going to have some more shirts soon. So I'm going to actually give away a shirt now that I don't have yet, on a promissory note. As a promissory note, I'm going to put this up, and if anybody could tell me if they know this movie, if they've know this movie and they've seen this, let me know, and we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna get right to it. But before I do that, I got to give a shout out to the family. Y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Sexy D, greetings to you too. Greetings to you too. Welcome, 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 welcome. A real welcome, Miss Walker, to the program. Politically Incorrect, especially welcome, welcome to our new family. Welcome. Greetings and salutations. Y'all already know I look like a scorpion queen. Oh man, what's that? What? Nah, boy, that looks serious. Beverly, good night to everyone. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night to my people out there in the UK. Pam, Stuart, greetings to you too. Night all from Mom, the matriarch. Shout out to Mom's big, 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 big. Well, I can't really say in the sunshine from Barbados, because lately we've been getting pure rain. It's been looking like England lately. I don't know what's going on, but check the previous program. We talked about cloud seeding and the funny rain. These clouds, these funny rains that just appear from nowhere and just flood the place, man. But hey, who knows, right? Who knows, man? Violet, was good seeing you the other day. Good night to you, my dear brother. Well, thank you, Violet. Good night to you, my dear sister. Hope all is well. I am on the job. Listen, big shout out to you on the job, and shout out to the family and the new additions. I ain't calling the names. Y'all know who it be. Much love, much, 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 much love to you and the whole family, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. And in fact, yeah, let me give that. Yeah, full respect. Yeah. Big pain in the building. Big pain in the building. Greetings, family. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I'm just putting it out there that I answered the question correctly. I never got my shirt. Wait a minute. I just said that I owed two people's shirts, and clearly I know definitely you are one. That Scorpion, I gonna have to make sure you get yours off the press first. I just gonna have to make sure of that straight up, because clearly, I see these stingers out, man. Clearly. Greetings, my brother. Much love and respect to you too, family, all the way down there in the territory as TNT. Greetings, greetings. Jeff, I see you too, my brother. Rastafari, Eddie Selassie the First. We see you, we see you. Greetings and salutations. Empress, well go on, family. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Sean, what's up? What's up? What's up? Greetings to you too, family. Y'all already know, man. He said, thanks, my dear. All is well. Listen, all is as well as can be, considering that the God, the Almighty, Jehovah, Yahweh, whoever you choose to call the energy, is in control. You know what I'm saying? So we give thanks. Said once, yeah, I see. We see you, man. We see you, man. But since you're so bold, I'm gonna add this to the screen right here. This one scene right here. Can anybody tell me what movie is this? If you know, I got a shirt up for grabs. For grabs, a politically incorrect apparel, man. The apparel, the merch. I don't even have the old. Mine is in the closet. I don't even have mine to hand. Can anybody tell me what movie is this? If you know the movie, put it in the comments right now. I have a shirt up for grabs. Politically incorrect shirt, has the logo on the front. We're gonna be getting some new ones done up, and they plan to do. They said they want to do them a little different design, a little more interactive, a little more colorful. And so I give thanks for that family, that supporter, that new viewer. Okay, we got some folks coming in. Zach, good night to you too, Zach. Looks like Graham Hall Swamp from years ago. You know what? That's so true. That is so true. That is so true. This is a movie. It's an overseas movie. Nah. That's why I said Anaconda. Man, I know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just gonna leave that alone. Moving along smartly. No, it's not Anaconda. There's some hints on the screen though. There's some hints on there. If you're paying attention, there's some hints on there. It says righteous mind. Righteous minds. Remember, tonight the questions are the children out of control? What about food? What exactly are we doing? We're going to get into it, family. We're going to get into it, man. The number's on the screen if you want to call in as well. Like I said, it's going to be one of those nights where I want to hear your thoughts. I'm going to touch on some sensitive matters. No, I'm not going to touch on the situation with the brother who found himself in an unpleasant situation here recently, led to his untimely demise. I think there's some questions that, well, I'm sure others are asking the same questions, but I have a question of my own as usual. I have a perspective that I would like to introduce as a question, as evidence, you know, just as evidence. I'm here. Okay, so I'm plugging the phone in so that the line is open completely. I'm attaching the Bluetooth. Hang on a second. Pair this device. Pair the device. Okay, where is it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Scan. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yes, family. All right, so that's what's up. Cooking with gas. All right. Okay, family. So since nobody got it as yet, I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. Let me see. Nobody. I'm gonna give you another hint. Then, in fact, if you want another hint? Do y'all want another hint? Let me know if you want another hint. What movie scene is this? It says Righteous Minds. We have a politically incorrect shirt up for grabs. For anybody knowing what movie is this? What scene is this? I know it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Okay, I'm gonna give you another hint, man. One of the actors is Denzel Washington. That should give you that's a dead giveaway, man. That's a dead giveaway. Come on, that's making it too easy, man. That is definitely making it too easy. Oh man, is that right there now? Gee, darn bread. Zach, you in the building, man. On the money. The Great Debaters, family, is from the Great Debaters. This particular scene, Righteous Minds, is from the Great Debaters. I want to play it right now. Zach, big man, you got yourself a shirt. You know, your number's on the screen. You can send me a WhatsApp message, area code 246. But I guess you're in Barbados. I'm going to guess that this is who I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know too many people the name Zach, but we'll see. But the shirt is yours for sure. And you can WhatsApp. We can go from there for sure. But the movie is indeed The Great Debaters. And I want to play this clip real quick. Then I'm going to jump right into this. Like I said, I'm going to touch on some things tonight, man. Well, politically incorrect. You cannot be a political idiot if you plan to be politically incorrect. I give thanks for that quote too from my other family member there. It was good seeing y'all first night. Y'all ain't easy at all, man. Like y'all ain't easy at all, man. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Those who are aware are aware. Those who not, I guess, they'll catch up.
Yes, sir, I do like to talk.
Is that a virtue or a vice?
Well, I have to admit, I've always wanted to be the quiet, mysterious type. Only I couldn't keep my mouth shut long enough.
Would you punch yourself in a street fight, Mr. Burgess?
No, sir.
Then don't punch yourself in a word fight. You don't have to make fun of yourself. Use your humor against your opponent. Mr. Farmer.
Yes, sir.
Happy Mr. Farmer. Tell us one thing we don't know about your father.
He was the first Negro PhD.
One thing we don't know about your father, Mr. Farmer.
He walked from Florida to Massachusetts to go to college at Boston University. He graduated magna cum laude.
Mr. Lowe. Tell us about your father.
Why don't you tell us something about your father?
We're trying to get to know each other, Mr. Lowe.
I was trying to get to know you, Mr. Tolson.
Well, I'm not the one on the debate team.
Are we not engaged in a debate right now?
All right.
All right.
I'll take the affirmative. Take the meanest, most restless nigger. Strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggers, female niggers, and nigger infants. Tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a horse facing in opposite direction, set him on fire, and beat both horses until they tear him apart in front of the male, female, and nigger infants. Bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger males within an inch of their life. Do not kill them, but put the fear of God in them, for they can be useful for future breeding. Anybody know who Willie Lynch was? Anybody? Raise your hand. No one? He was a vicious slave owner in the West Indies. The slave masters in the colony of Virginia were having trouble controlling their slaves, so they sent for Mr. Lynch to teach them his methods. The word lynching came from his last name. His methods were very simple, but they were diabolical.
Simple.
Keep the slave physically strong, but psychologically weak and dependent on the slave master. Keep the body, take the mind. I and every other professor on this campus are here to help you to find, take back, and keep your righteous mind. Because obviously you have lost it.
Because obviously you have lost it. Because obviously you have lost it. Are the children out of control? Have our children lost their righteous minds? Is a question. Why am I asking this question? Because it is, hang on a second. Let me make sure this is on tight, boy. This is gonna be that kind of night, man. It's been brought to my attention, and this is from going back and forth into schools over the last decade, easily, over a decade, really, with the Barbados Youth Action Program, not just in Barbados, but also in the region and in several Caribbean territories. And there was one common denominator. One, all the youth almost act and behave identical in the same manner. It was just at different stages. So when we spoke about Barbados and the issues we were having back in 2010, 2011, 2012, shout out to Hamilton Lashley, by the way. Shout out to Hamilton Lashley. Straight up. Advocating for BIAP when nobody else was even trying to pay us any mind. When we were telling them what was going on in the school system, that we were discovering, that we were seeing, based on our experience in life, minus the lack of, the rectangles on the wall, the system certification, not qualification, certification, because they certify you, but that don't mean you qualify. But we had qualifications without certification. You see, we had the frontline experience as opposed to the practicality of the doctrine and the book of the class. So anybody really pay us much mind per se. They entertained us, moral support, pat us on the back. But as far as that went, well, for most of them, except the officers of, different offices at the time, who would have rather paid us to be informants, which of course we gracefully declined. Naturally. Nah, we ain't going that route. You keep your money. So we stuck it out. We stuck it out and we stuck it out. We did what we could for as long as we could till it got to the point where we could do but so much. And we did what we had to do. But we kept on telling them, the youths in the schools, the curriculum, the education system, some of these teachers ain't teachers. You need to get them out of school. They're making the real teachers look bad. But as always, the system, I keep telling y'all, we blaming Miss Motley all the time, right? But Miss Motley's been there for a few years. You got folks that have been in position for decades, man. 15, 20, 25 years in that position in a job or in the same ministry or whatever. That, quite frankly, is the problem. The primary problem. The problem Miss Motley has is that she has not thoroughly, well, to use a term loosely, drained the swamp. Perhaps she can't. Perhaps she can. I don't know. Time will tell. But Barbados is due for a full overhaul, though. You got a lot of people in the public sector that need to leave. They are a threat to Barbados. Primarily the children. Are the children out of control? We ain't gonna get to the food yet. Or what we doing? We gonna touch that. We gonna go through this. So why did I start with this? Because the children have lost their righteous minds, man. You don't believe me, right? Let me show you what I mean by that. I came across an article. I know I gotta give credit where credit is due. And this would be the one from Barbados Today. So I gotta give Barbados Today they shout out. So they don't flip Gordy and say jacking their information. But it's an article. I was actually looking for well, it was a lecture, I guess, at UE. And they had invited someone to come and speak. And so let me share this tab instead. Let me go ahead and share this one. Pull this up on the screen. So this gentleman right here, I'm not even going to try to butcher his name. I see what I can do here. His name is actually what is it? Where is it? Anyhow, only 1 in 3 students gains key secondary certificates. This is the guy for UNICEF. His name is Jean Benoit Hands. Where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. Jean Benoit Maniz. If I butchered it, deal with it. But no deliberate intention. But this was a lecture they had at UE apparently, and he said, "Now this is the thing, though. This is the shocking part of this whole thing, because I want y'all to understand what I'm about to tell you, man. And this is an indictment on the principles. It's indictment. Well, let me go through the list first. Let me not get to the principles. And by the way, if you take offense to me saying that, it's probably you I'm talking about, because the principals who do above and beyond what they're supposed to ensure that their students get as much help, the best help they possibly can. Y'all know I don't mean y'all, right? Not the teachers, right? But see the rest of winner? Yeah. From the Minister of Education all the way down the ranks, there are people failing the educational system in Barbados, by extension, the region. And when you get the point where now they're having discussions on it and openly admitting that this is the case, it's because it's gone too far. But this ain't no start. This has been going on. We've been saying this for a minute. But anybody paying attention? He said merely a third of students attain the qualification. We talk about qualifications, right? A qualification in secondary school needed for further learning achievements. A senior UNICEF official said Friday, blaming inadequate early, now get this, he's blaming inadequate early childhood support for several hampering education progress across the Eastern Caribbean. So he's blaming the inadequate early childhood support for severely hampering education progress across the Eastern Caribbean. Yeah, pardon me, family. This is the situation here, right? It is not by chance that they're now discussing the regional aspect and the regional impact on what is happening and why that's going on, because simply it is getting out of hand. I mean, I don't like to use the blame, the B word, the blame game, but he made it. This is the thing. He's a senior. He said the inadequate early childhood support, so we don't pay to what? So what is so secondary school is one thing. So that's early childhood support would be what exactly for any teacher watching right now? For those who are watching, for those who know, please feel free to call in and share your thoughts and views as well. Like I said, the lines are open, the numbers on the screen. Let's have a conversation, man. Let's have a conversation. Let's have that conversation. And I sincerely mean it. Let's have that conversation. Because somebody sent me a message. I see your message. If you're not afraid, call in. If you no, I don't want to use the word afraid. That gives the wrong impression. Okay. And don't message me, ask me what I'm cooking either. That's just, I wanted to go in the kitchen though. I might still go in the kitchen. But I'm trying to get eyes to see this. Hang on. I'm trying to find the live so I can tune into the live. I am looking for it. I'm looking for it. Politically incorrect. No results. I don't know how this works, man. I just can't even find my own live while I'm on the live. It's like this. I'm on the live as we speak. Yeah. You know what? Wait a minute. All right, let me see here now. I'm working on it, man. He said, appearing at a panel discussion at the University of the West Indies, Capefield, Jean Bonnet Mans, the UN Children's Agency acting representative for the Eastern Caribbean, underscore the region's disappointing secondary school performance and emphasized the need to redefine success beyond traditional professions. Imagine I got to go through all that to find my own program. This is anyhow. That's quite all right. We don't know how it go. Oh, there you go. All right, I see it now. Yeah, we cooking live. We cooking with gas. I can see what's going on. So my thing is, the panel discussion they had at UE. I don't know if anybody's seen it. If you have access to it, please send me a link. I'll post it in the comments if you have access. And because my number's on the screen, I would love to hear what this was about, because I'm sure he said a whole lot, but he said in the region, not just Barbados, too few students are achieving good enough results at the secondary level. Manaz said, I don't know if the H is silent. Additionally, the parameters for success can be too narrowly defined. It's not only about becoming a lawyer or doctor. Society needs people with diverse skills and aspirations. We know we know that we need to do better, and we know we can do better. I'm gonna copy this link here down for those who want to look this up and probably do some research on it. He goes on to say a whole lot more, man. I mean, put this in the comments and post. Yeah, there you go. It looks like a long link. Try to get a shorter link, because that link might not. Yeah, I'll try to get a shorter link. I'll post it in a minute. I'll just refresh it first to get a shorter link. Otherwise, this long link may not get posted correctly, but I will definitely do so. In fact, let me go ahead and do that now. My thing, family, is that we have to become realistic in our quest to do what has to be done for the betterment of our children. That's how I'm looking at it. If we don't, then it's obvious that We keep saying the children, the children, the children, the children, the children. But is anybody looking at the teachers, the school environment? Is anybody even looking in that direction at all? I mean, at all? I don't know, man. Something has to give, man. I think right now that there's a need to recognize that the school system as we know it is not functioning the way it was designed to function. Well, let me phrase that. It is functioning how it was designed to function in the first place, but is failing and producing what they need to fill the cogs, which invariably justify the need to import, remember, import skilled workers. So it's almost like it is socially engineered to fail our students, fail the students and fail our children, because that's basically what's going on. I mean, straight up, call a spade a spade. Half the teachers are not teachers. They don't have a clue about teaching. They barely babysit when the day come. And the unions, the teachers' unions, they're the ones that's basically aiding and abetting this foolishness, because I'm telling you, I'm sure that teachers, listen, I got a lot of teacher friends I associate with because of the interest in terms of the school and what we're doing. And I would tell you something. I'll tell you something. If I could but record some of the conversations and play back, which I won't, but I've also encouraged a few to disguise their voice, which I have the technology to do so, and come and speak. Because the things they be telling me, I be like, you got to be telling me lies. You cannot be serious. Cannot be serious. It cannot be that crazy. It cannot be that serious. It cannot be to that extent. And guess what? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, I think this is the link right here. I sincerely hope so. If I copy this and let me try. I'm going to try it out first because sometimes these short links don't necessarily work. Ah, yes, it did work. Yes, thank you. See, technology, man of a machine, man. Man of a machine. Okay, so I'm posting this link right here to this article in the comment section real quick. Y'all go check that out. I'm gonna check the chat in a second. I'm gonna check the chat in a second. But want y'all to call in as well. Why not? What I'm saying is, family, the I don't know how many unions they have for teachers. I know that there's some individuals who say they're unionists, whatever. But the unions are the problem. The unions are the problem because there must be some right now. Barbados, by the way, shout out to Fayette and Barbados National Congress. Shout out to Barbados National Congress. There needs to be I was telling somebody earlier about it. There needs to be a body, not a body, wrong choice of words. There needs to be a committee that deals. I said we could use the acronym TEACH. In fact, y'all can give me some ideas for this. Use the word TEACH. A teachers evaluation committee, accreditation committee, or teachers evaluation accreditation committee. So we'll figure out the acronym for TEACH. We want to use the word TEACH. Why not? But we need a committee to go into schools and review the teachers. I know that the ministry might have some, I know that, but that's a conflict of interest, quite frankly. It has to be an independent body separate from the Ministry of Education, because clearly the Ministry of Education isn't on the checks and balances. We still didn't get the report from the test they had the other day. You remember that one? Still nothing. Still nothing. They keep us busy trying to out some fire. Meanwhile, they're going ahead doing whatever they feel like. I'm saying enough is enough, family. Someone needs to evaluate these teachers on another level, site referrals and all that. Remember the principal I talked about at the other school the other day? I noticed that, anyhow, we can get that a little later. My thing right now, though, is that the council needs to be put in place to check these schools, going to the schools at the drop of a dime. No phone call, no heads up. show up at the school with documents of authorization, issuing it to the principal out of respect. The individuals are allowed then to traverse the school halls, classrooms, look around the environment, and do on-site inspections directly in real time. Ain't no heads up to have teachers prep themselves properly. They should always be on their A game. They should always be on their A game. But then again, you say A, you gotta say B. A lot of schools, I don't want to say are underfunded, because that was the other document I was supposed to pull up tonight, which I didn't get to pull up because, like I told you, I had the glitch going on. But I was going for the Auditor General's report, the most recent one, which is probably a few years ago, because I ain't seen that in a while, quite frankly. Not saying that they don't have it. I'm just saying I remember seeing it. I did look. I didn't see an updated one. But anyhow, maybe I missed it, you know? But I wanted to see the Ministry of Education. What was the Auditor General report regarding the Ministry of Education and the schools and the funds, and how much funds have been unaccounted for? I mean, books, pens, paper. What else? What else? You know, anyhow. We got to check the schools, family. The teachers, man, a lot of teachers are not teaching the children. They're failing the children miserably. Then they're blaming the children repeatedly. Then they're making children repeat repeatedly because the teachers ain't teaching consistently. And the reality is, you know, the children seeing the hypocrisy. I'm like, man, they want nothing to do with it. I admit some are doing better. A lot of students getting secondary, well, no pun intended, lessons from the same teachers in some cases at school, or privately on the weekends or during the week, because school isn't sufficient. So what about the ones who cannot afford to do so? What about those students? Do we relegate them to failure, marginalize them, and then institutionalize them? No. I think at this point we are, as a people, capable of holding our public sector, our private sector, the public workers, the government workers accountable for what they don't do, what they're supposed to do, that they're being paid to fulfill. Nah, accountability gotta be held on such level. I mean, how you gonna look to fail the students? But if that's the plan and we're not realizing it as adults, then come on, man. We can access technology in a way that can be democratized. What role does education, integration, and standardization play? What role does it play? His question, the same guy was asking. We want all children to have the same chance, whether they're in Barbados, St. Lucia, or Grenada, while avoiding a one-size-fits-all approach. Culture, perspective, and environmental must inform education system, he said. Come on, man. Now they're talking about this. We said that years ago. Met with all these stakeholders, said that years ago. We got to relook how we're doing this thing. Now they have a plan to reform education by 2026 or something along that line. I'm saying, so in the meantime, what we do? Just dump these youths and start from scratch? Come on, man. They deliberately created a gap in the work environment so that the gap is so wide, you're going to have to import folks to work, because guess what? Ain't nobody working, ain't nobody qualified to work at that level. So rather than taking the youth right now and reintegrating them back into the educational system, not in the school structure or the traditional structure, but in a way that makes it conducive towards their learning in a more holistic way, catering to the learning ability and fashion that they personally need, as opposed to, like he said, the cookie cutter. What are we doing? So that's the other question. What exactly are we doing? What exactly are we doing? Like, really, what are we doing? What are we doing, family? Give me your thoughts in the comment section. Okay, where we at? Where we at? Greetings to you too, Jackie. We see you. Said Mr. Draxall, Willie Lynch in that description. I'm telling you, man, Willie Lynch ain't got nothing on Mr. Draxall here. I'm telling y'all, man. Yes, right, Pam. It's working the way it was planned. That's right. That's right. And we sit back and we watch it. So not enough slaves coming to the table at this point. The education system, aka the indoctrination system, is a distraction. Seriously speaking, And the fact that they outwardly now speaking about it from an international organization at the university level, what are they saying, man? Like, what is it they really saying? Our children are young gods within being within being treated like prisoners of war. Yep, young gods within, and they're being treated like prisoners of war. How is UNICEF involved with Caribbean affairs? That's a deep question. Deep question. How they get involved? Because they're the ones that write the script. I remember a few years ago, we went on their website and we had downloaded some information. I'm telling you, man, these organizations that seem benevolent are not always as benevolent as we think they are. To some capacity, in some capacity, yes. To some extent, in some capacity, yes, pardon me. But I don't know, man. Again, we just got some questions that we need answers. Good night to you too, family. Greetings. Early childhood support entails ensuring that children know their letters and songs. Key factors is getting them to be able to read. But here's the thing. You don't need to go to school to learn none of that. In terms of the school structure, the way they have it. Now, don't get me wrong, family. I am not opposed to the idea. I'm saying what we were given was never in our interest. Nothing we were given is, I mean, it's all proven to be in one favor of the plantocracy in disguise. This modern day slavery in disguise. I mean, that's what it basically is. It's just been rebranded. Kentucky Fried Chicken is now KFC. Same kernel recipe. I'm telling you, family. We've been, I mean, what exactly are we doing? What exactly are we doing? Are the children out of control? What exactly are we doing, family? What is it? Pam said, Zach, exactly, not relevant. There's nothing from them when they leave school. There's nothing for them when they leave school. They will have to look at self-employment. Well, Sean, on the real, they don't even teach entrepreneurship skills in school. So if they have to look for entrepreneurship or self-employment, well, you know, that's a whole other conversation. Are they ready? Do they have the ability? Do they have the mindset to do so? You know, good night to you too, family. Shout out to the family and over there in America, in NYC. Shout out to all my NYC family, man. Straight up and down. Big shout to all the NYC family, all the ATL family, all the Montreal family. Big shout out to Tim too. I didn't see Tim tonight. He might be out with the family. I'm not sure, or freezing up there in Canada. I don't know. But big shout out, big shout out, big shout out. He said, good to have me back. Oh man. I never went nowhere, Tama. I've been always here, man. But I had some technical challenges in the last couple of, between the internet going down, between the cell shutting me off, between the hack system. Well, I say it's been hacked, but in all fairness, it could be a hack, maybe not, but there's also an issue with Microsoft Windows 10. I don't have 11. Although my system is compatible, I got to find a way to upgrade my BIOS because I do most of this work on my own. It's a learning curve in terms of that software application. But I may have to get help from somebody who might know the BIOS system a little better so I can just reprogram some aspect of it to make it compatible for 11 because 10 is crashing. But it could be that Microsoft wants you to switch to 11 so they cause this glitch because this glitch is it's remote, man. I've tried everything and it still has its own little challenge, but it doesn't affect me to the point where now I can't do my life. Before it was crazy, but I've managed to contain and quarantine enough of it, but I still got this aspect. So I'm really hoping that y'all out there in cyberspace could see and hear me. Based on the comments, it looks that way. But yeah, we having some, see, there you go again. If I could show you all. Plus another thing too, like I said, in fact, I will show you. Let me go ahead and click on it. Make that kind of sport. Put it all out there, man. Threats found, Microsoft. All right, we're gonna put it up there so you can see. I'm gonna show you this here. While we on it, right? Not to detract from what we're talking about. But to give Ide Pan White, you saying been back, just to give a little clarity. A little clarity. Let me just go and share this screen real quick. This might jump y'all. This might jump y'all, man. It really might jump y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and share my other screen. Full screen. Here you go. So Telma, this is why you be having some challenges. As y'all can see, this is Microsoft. This is Windows security. This is behind the scenes and politically incorrect. This is literally the account. This is the system that we built here from scratch. Show to all those who contributed to make this studio's thing happen. And it has grown significantly to what it is. Yet is not safe from the internet. Like I said, it could be a hack, it could be a glitch. I'm just going to share this for those who have the knowledge to navigate some steps. So here it is. This is the virus and threat protection. So although it is a Microsoft issue, I also have some very high level hacks or attempts, I should say, threats found, start and recommended action, which I did. Most of them are pretty high. Some are severe. And you can see it's a hack tool. I mean, they literally tell you what it is. The back door, somebody trying to, guess, sneak into, I guess, I don't know what, control the, I don't know, whatever they're trying to do. And there are a list of them here coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. You can see, coming down. Ransomware, coming down, coming down. Trojan horses, Trojan horses, Trojan horses, Trojan horses, Trojan, Trojan, Trojan. I think there's a total of, I don't remember how many, it's a whole bunch of them. And so that's what I've been dealing with off and on. And so, yeah, anyhow, that's what it has been. So I'm beyond tonight because I've been working on it and I found a way to bypass what it was doing, which is preventing me from writing up the program, it was a lot of stuff, but we getting closer to getting rid of it. And because I ain't got nothing on here to hide, I wouldn't care what they spying on, what they're looking for. So we up and we running. So here we are. We back up again, Thelma. We give thanks for you two and the family. Yeah, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. We was also saying that, in fact, a lot of folks was calling, give thanks to all those who called and checked. I'm not abducted and no, I didn't get married and run off. Said somebody thought I run off. Stop playing. Y'all too much. We need to control the narrative for our young men and women. I totally agree. I totally agree. Fully respect that. Fully. We must. It's a must. We must. If a third of our, this is exact. If a third of our kids attain qualifications, then to me it means that a lot of things aren't lining up with the differences in times. If it is only that much children that is actually going through and making it, it means that 2/3 of the schooling population is failing. So when we fail 2/3 of our society, a whole generation for 2 or 3 generations easily, that gap between those who are ready to retire and those who can take the workforce, who are experienced and have the knowledge and the qualifications, the certifications, then guess what? There's a gap. Pardon me, there's a gap. So how we going? So how we fix? So what are we doing for our young? What exactly are we doing? I was watching somebody the other day and on Trump, and they were telling his daughter, and I was telling my daughter the same thing the other day, and she's 17, and they were, how Europeans, not saying that we don't have our own, but they were highlighting how focused she is and her father and the family and this kind of stuff, and she won some golf tour or whatever the case is, some tournament or whatever, and they're highlighting all her achievements, and I'm saying, and they outline a few things that he pretty much set for her in place. And I'm saying that to say, family, as parents, right, we can no longer sit back and trust the school system to do for us what we need to be involved in doing as well, because we already know that the system is working the way it's designed to work. It is designed to socially engineer and produce some permanent underclass. There needs to be a permanent underclass. It has to produce it. Otherwise, this is not going to work the way that it's set up. Democracy, the majority rules are the majority of the cogs. We had this conversation a few weeks ago. We see in the picture clearly now, family. So there are teachers who teach, yes, and there are ones who go to school, man, and just babysit. Greetings to you, Maria. Greetings, greetings. I got some great news for you, by the way. I can't wait to tell you. Yes, I know I will have to call you because I know you ain't gonna call me because they know you've been busy lately. But I'm gonna definitely give you a shout. I'm definitely going to. I can't wait to surprise you. So I'm going to give you a shout just for that one reason. I want to say thank you, by the way. She said early child support entails ensuring that all students have the prerequisite literacy. You know what? I'll tell you what. We can talk about children and school all we like. If it is that we dealing with English and math, numeracy and penmanship and what the other one? Speech. I think the brother said it best. The standard children are promoted whether they have the prerequisites or not. No, forget all that. I think he said it best. We have to change the definition of success. We have to change the definition of success. Not saying that the prerequisites aren't relevant. Numeracy and literacy, these are all things that are great. Yes. We need them. Yes. For everything? No. Communication? For sure. There's certain skills we need to focus on that will automatically put these things in place without stressing the quote unquote single digits at 11 plus exam, you know what I'm saying, after spending 7 years in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? Unable to write a composition. That's crazy. That's why you have children able to write composition and scrolling through digital. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, right? It is by design, not by chance. Not by chance. Wait, I got a caller here on the line coming through. I recognize this caller. Let me see if you can hear me. Big Pen, can you hear me? Greetings and welcome to Politically Incorrect. You may have to pause the audio or mute the audio on the live you're watching. Otherwise, it's going to give you some feed forward. Are you there?
Yeah.
Greetings.
Yeah, I'm here.
Good night, Big Pen. Welcome again. Long time no here.
Yeah, very long is right.
What are your thoughts on this matter here with are the children out of control? What exactly are we doing? What's your thoughts on that, man? Are schools failing our children by design?
Pretty much that's it. I remember I left school since in 98.
Mm-hmm.
Secondary school, that is. And it was kind of confusing because, you know, they'll be trying to tell you to think of, but still, you got in the box they made much. They say, are you supposed to go one way? But there's more than one way to solve a problem.
This is true. This is true.
When you get older now, spend money now, the loan actually make you money and make it happen. You realize that these people telling you.
I'm getting a little feedback. Promise Big Pen. I'm getting a little feedback there, like in the phone line. I'm not sure if it's the mic or there's a little knocking like in the coming to the communication. Not sure why.
Okay.
Maybe you're by the fan or something, or
no, the fan on.
I'm not sure, but go ahead. We'll work with it and see. Continue.
Yeah. So it became confusing then environment. Turn to the real world. You realize, yeah, it's completely different. I was one of those students at school. Answer.
I got to stop you again, Pen. I hate to stop you again, but you're also dropping out. So there's some words we're missing. I'm not sure why. Maybe you want to hang up and call back and see if that will fix it, because you're dropping out in between, and I don't want to miss your thoughts.
Okay, let's try again.
Try again, if anything. It could be the same thing I'm telling you about. Who knows? But check it and see. All right.
When those things supposed to go obsolete.
Oh, wait a minute. Say that again. It's supposed to go obsolete when?
next year sometime. They're gonna start.
But that's it's, like I said, I don't want this. I know I've had hack attempts for sure, but I'm not sure what this is. But this
Yeah.
is probably a problem. But
Email
hang up and call forward and
tell
see
me
what
that
happens.
might be eligible for the upgrades at again one.
Yeah, you're dropping in and out. So hang up and call forward and see if that fixes the problem.
All right, let's try again.
All right. Yeah, that was big pain, man. Sharing some pertinent information regarding schools and also regarding the Windows 10 being obsolete. I wasn't even aware of that. But yeah, greetings to all. Hail up, King Emmanuel. Give thanks, family. Lioness, give thanks, give thanks. Every day my son is coming home and talking about how many fights are happening at the schools. Got me want to know what's going on. I'm telling you, man, schools, it rough. It rough. I wish, well, it's kind of late now. It's a school night. Otherwise, I would encourage. In fact, we need to do a program for some school children. Let school children call in direct. Like, we gonna have to do this like early in the evening. Do an early evening program. Maybe a Friday evening, like around. Maybe you could come on early when they're still up and around. Maybe they will actually call in. Let these children call and express what they think about school, what their thoughts are, what some of the solutions they think would be. Actually listen to the children for a change, man. This is crazy. But anyhow, schools right now, man, some teachers try to fix what the parents didn't do and teach children properly with morals and motivate their minds enough to encourage thinking and application. I totally agree, Zach. And so a big shout out to all the teachers who actually make a difference in their lives. And there's a lot of them. So know that we're not even talking about y'all. We give y'all the full respect. Further concern, y'all need a pay raise, an assistant or two in the classrooms to help with the workload, and some more incentives, man. I think y'all are molding the future of a nation. Y'all should be paid like doctors, man, and lawyers. Definitely better than lawyers, but they got it rigged, right? They got it rigged. The reason why they pay them the most is because they control the narrative, tell them what to do and when not to do, what to do, how to do, if to do. These principals hold meetings with these parents and find out why the children are fighting. Well, for the most part, that's a good question. I don't know if the principals are, again, I would like to think that some principals are fully committed, if not majority of them. I could say not all of them. I met one or two that I know for a fact they ain't got no right behind that desk in that room with about 10 different size bamboos on the desk. Like, you ain't looking to teach, you looking to break. I've been in one principal office and saw about, maybe there are props. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. Sorry, the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there were props for intimidation purposes. So I would hate to think that he actually had about 10 different size bamboos on his desk that he lashed or flog or execute corporal punishment on children for infractions at school. I'm telling you, man, they're more interested in breaking the children. Family, we got to look at this thing serious, man. The Ministry of Education they don't want to overhaul. They want pulling down, complete pull down, overhaul now. It wants a complete pull down. Complete. Different perspective, different direction, man. Yes, education is important. Not the one they're doing because, like I said, the children are failing the students. The teachers are failing the students. And it's evident. We're expecting the system to raise the frequency of our young gods. Have we not seen the lights leave our young God's eyes? Have we not seen the light leave our young God's eye? Come on, man. We're going to talk this thing tonight. The phone lines are open. Big Pen, where you at? I'm telling you, family, we're not playing this game, man. They probably call the parents, but I'm still waiting for them to call the PTA or Form 11 meeting. Listen, they going, well, you know what? It's collective. The question is, are the children out of control? What exactly are we doing? What's the middle one? What about food? What about food? Let's introduce food into this equation. Is it a case where our children are so malnourished that their developmental stage is being retarded? It's a question. Is it that our children are getting food that is malnourishing? They're not fully developed because the food isn't developing them with the proper nutrients they need. And therefore, the development has been retarded or in some cases even arrested. Because arrested development is real. We have this conversation again. We've talked about these things before. What do we do? Educate our children. That is one viable option. Parents got to start taking a more active role in what goes on in their children's lives. We cannot allow the children to just wander willy-nilly and make decisions in a certain capacity, but rather give them the knowledge how to make wise decisions, not any decision, but wise decisions in the interest of themselves and the future for their nation. Teach them differently. Okay, we got another caller here calling in. Oh, this is going to be a powerful call. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Greetings and welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. If we're not correct, feel free to correct us. Tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Jackie Stewart from England.
Well, good night, Jackie Stewart, calling from England. Welcome to Politically Incorrect. You're not a stranger here at all, are you?
No, I'm not. As you well know, I thought I needed to stop being a keyboard warrior and put my 10 cents in.
All right.
I personally think that we, the adults in the house, have failed our children. Our children leave us with the light shining in their eyes, and slowly they have their shoulders held high, and their shoulders then start to slump because they go into a system that is not there to make them rise to their potential. It's there to make them feel dejected. It's there to make them turn on themselves. When do they ever look at our young kings and queens and make them reach for the sky? They get told who they're to be employed by, what skill they're meant to learn. Again, to be employed by somebody. When last did they ask them, what is it you want to achieve out of your life?
That's right.
Where is it you want to head? Tell me, what is it for our children at the moment? All we can see at the moment is the hotel industry expanding every iota of the island, which means the only thing you're saying to our children is, we need you to grow up and serve. We need you to make sure you can still clear the grounds, be a maid. Tell me, what is there for them that makes them feel they can excel, reach for the skies? There is nothing at the moment. So personally, I'm not interested in the input of the so-called UNICEF, because as far as I'm concerned, reform to what? And what is it that they're failing into? You mean they're not doing as told? The children are now the result of the oppression of their soul. So what are they going to do? They are going to break out. What have you given them to make them grow? I'm not blaming our children. I'm blaming the system, because the system is doing exactly what it was meant to do, break them. It's no different than we were prisoners of war on our own lands. We were there and we were made to be broken.
Serious.
Now looking at it continued, thinking what's going wrong. I'll tell you what's going wrong. We the adults are failing them because we're not looking how the light has left our children's eyes. And that's my personal opinion. I'm not trying down the parents. I'm just saying, stop expecting them to do the best for us. They were never there to do the best for us, and nothing has changed.
Serious.
I don't care about the qualifications. Qualifications based on what?
On what?
To do what? To work for who? This is what the system does. You have your child, give your child 100 keys, knowing that 99 keys won't fit your child's door to let them walk through it and excel. And if your child knows what key fits their door to excel, they will label your child as a troublemaker, because that child doesn't need them. That child knows where they want to go. And until we recognize that the system is working well, we're going to fail our children.
Serious.
My personal opinion, and I know it's hard for people to work on that, but I think we need to realize that we were the first ones here and we were highly educated beings.
That's right.
We have been forced in to a pinhole and then not allowed to expand. And that is why the children are rebelling. You are
Serious.
sending them someplace where they are being forced into a pinhole and not allowed to expand.
Serious.
And so the results are they're going to turn on each other. And that's what the system wants, just so they can label your children as a troublemaker and, you know, not going anywhere. Because listen to the narrative. All of a sudden, the system was always failing.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely correct.
It's not a new thing.
That's right. But they're now openly they're now openly admitting that it is failing. That's an alarm.
But they're not. They're not really. They're saying that our children, no. If you listen, not really.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of just saying, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
We want a better slave. We want a better grade slave. That's what they're saying. That's the input here, really. Because really and truly, why you got any input anyway?
No, that's the question everybody seems to want to answer. But understand that
because
they always had an input.
In your input is to put them through on your terms.
Of course, because UNICEF cares. Because UNICEF cares for the children, so they care.
Well, as I say, I won't go there because
we got you covered.
There's always two sides to every coin.
But no, listen, I posted the article.
I'm not interested in the opinion. I mean,
no, but in all fairness, I posted.
Okay, look at what your picture showed us. Look at who is telling us that our children are failing.
Yeah, the French. Here's the thing.
Come on.
Here's the thing, though.
That kind of summed up the narrative.
Here's the thing, and yeah, he's French, by the way. In all fairness, go read the full. No. What I'm saying that to say is that they're the ones that control the bells and whistles. Those articles aren't written. Those articles aren't written for us. It's an indication, like I said, that's all being done to justify what they want to do next. So you can't. So when they start to do it, when they start to do it, you can't say they didn't tell you. So we get it. But what I'm saying is that that's why I asked. My other question was, what exactly are we doing? Because we can't sit down. Well, we could sit down and watch it, but those of us who are aware, we can't sit down and watch it and then just watch it. So the question is, what are we doing? So that's why.
My issue is define skills.
Sorry, say that again.
Barbados used to. I said, let's just define what we class as skills. Barbados used to be highly skilled. We built everything. We grew everything. We've done our own dressmaking. We used to make our own shoes. We built our own homes. We had our own agriculture. We done everything. Tell me what skills are there now for these children to control their own destiny. Because it's not about reading and writing. It's about their potential within. What is there for them? What are we letting them see that they can go to? What are we making them feel that, you know what? Not every child can read. Because guess what? They weren't meant to. We make them do these tests, and if they don't go through and get X amount percentage, we make them feel like they're failures. But whose standard are they failures?
They have more access to bad influences.
We need to start making our children realizing that if they can communicate and shine their own light, they will excel. And it's not based on that percentage is on that piece of paper. Because you can have the highest percentage. It does not mean you're going to get anywhere.
That's right. Well,
because tell me exactly where they're going to get to. Oh,
Well, no, I thank you. I thank you for sharing that, because that's a point. That's a very valid point, and that's the whole thing. I think somebody mentioned earlier that when they leave with all these qualifications, there's nothing for them. Even if they do have the qualifications that you speak about that might be irrelevant, the fact is they leave UE, they leave secondary school. Some of them leave university after the students loan all that debt with qualifications, and it don't make a difference because there's nothing for them to do here. So most of them end up leaving the island anyhow if they can. And those who don't get to leave got to now resort back to working in an area that they're not even qualified for, working for less to pay back a student's loan. So again, I think universities should be held accountable when you maybe pay all this money for a student for this particular certificate, and then I leave school and there's nothing for me to do. It's a scam.
Well, exactly. I think us, the adult in the house, we now need to start putting more input and control into where we want the next generation to go.
That's right.
Because if we're going to sit back here and keep on thinking the fox that's guarding the hen house is going to let us have our kicks back, we are sadly mistaken.
Well, I thank you for sharing that. Definitely thank you for sharing that. And
so I am going to leave it there, but I'm just going to say if they get to hear, all of you are young gods within. Don't let any system make you feel that you are failing.
That's right.
And don't turn on yourself, because that is what they want to label you.
Serious.
You're better than that.
That's right.
As far as I'm concerned, you are the next generation, and I hope you excel where we failed.
That's right.
And that means start to look within at the best of you, because anything they're labeling with you is not fit for purpose, because they would need to, I'm very sorry to say, start with themselves.
Serious.
All right, I'm going to go now and listen to the show, but I just need to get that off my chest, that it's not the children that are failing, it's the system that has failed them.
That's
and
right.
us, the adults in the house, have watched it happen.
That's right. Give thanks, family.
Michael.
Thanks for calling in. All the way from UK. And shout out to the matriarch too. I can't wait till the mom come on the program and we have that trip down the Carrot Road. We call it the trip down the Carrot Road, man. Because we going back on the Carrot Road with moms, man, for sure. Big shout out. I like that though. The point is that it's not about programming them, but to bring that greatness that's already inside of them to the surface. And we have to fashion it. We mustn't allow them to be distracted by all the different technologies. I think my brother said it earlier, being forced into negative, what do you call it, social media and influencers. You got another call on the line. Big Pin calling us forward again. Let's see if it's any better. Big Pin, can you hear us?
All right, something different.
Yes, greetings.
Something any better?
Much better. Much better, man.
Okay. All right. Pretty much as Jackie said. Pretty much, if you don't fit in the box, you consider the failure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're not up to the standard that they're pushing, you're a failure. And I would say the mentality of the youngsters nowadays is as strong as the older ones, where that would just be like water off a duck back. Some people get that to heart to get depressed or kind of thing. So I ain't saying that they had people like that back in my time, but we come out rough.
Serious.
We had teachers that were teaching life lessons back then.
Serious.
Understand? Letting you know that life ain't owe you nothing. And life ain't gonna be easy.
Yep.
I still got schoolmates I talk to nowadays that talk about I don't like that. I didn't like that teacher because he really used to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, but that was them teaching life. Real life.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So some people still didn't grasp the idea of what they were teaching. In the class or out the class, when they talk to you a certain way,
mm-hmm.
you might take offense. But it was a life lesson, and I hope a lot of people get away from it back then because they don't think you're really getting it now.
Well, I
understand teaching life lessons.
I agree, but one of the things I know that happened back then that I'm diametrically opposed to was the corporal punishment. The idea of lashing children and I felt that a lot of adults have their personal issues that are subjective to some degree.
That was from primary days, man. That happened. I was in a bit of that from primary school.
You know it is, man. But I tell you now, man, these
and my
youths
mother
are
had to
different.
go to night school a day and all that stuff.
Okay, well, I like that. But a lot of, you know what,
You
though?
understand?
Big Pen, let me be honest, man. Let me be honest. A lot of parents would love to be better parents, but the idea of just having to keep the roof over the house, a lot of our young people are coming from single parent homes where mostly just the mothers. And in most cases,
Correct.
the mother's got to be out there working to sustain the family because, you know, the black man has been marginalized, not used as an excuse, by the way, because at this stage, we should realize that things need to be done and we should be working towards building something collectively because individually, we don't see what's going on. That's why the blocks are predominantly occupied by men. You don't see a block with a bunch of women. You round up all the blocks in Barbados and do a survey. I'm sure you got thousands of men that ain't doing nothing when the day come. Nothing. But there's always help wanted signs all over the place. Why is that? So we know that there's sign diabolical going on to keep the man out of the house and all the other things. Not saying that men are using it as an excuse. I'm just saying the obvious. So women are doing this alone in most cases, which means that the children, big pain, a lot of them getting neglected. Social
I can
media.
tell you something from experience, right?
What's that?
Back in my school time, you pretty much prepare to get see under a teacher with a specific teaching style.
True. True.
And then you might gotta switch a class or something, and you get a teacher teaching a totally different teaching style, throw you off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And some of them, I could tell from experience, somebody be telling you, okay, imagine you're up farm, my third farmers know this, and that's all the thing. Instead of you teaching properly.
Insulting.
Yep. But then again, some of them have them on the agenda as far as the girls.
But the truth is
concerned, and I really want to get into that, but
the truth
is
the truth is the curriculum is to be taught, but they don't tell you in what format. So a teacher could start at the back of the book first, or the front of the book, or the middle of the book. So different classes might be getting information in different areas at different times. And also, some classes ain't getting the information at all. That's why you go into a test. I've heard my daughter said it. Well, most of them said it. Most of the children I interacted with said it. They go into a test and like, why never this work before? How is it you did a curriculum a whole year in school? You get a test and something work on that test you had never seen. It means that somebody forget a lesson or two in terms of the lesson plans. Somebody cutting corners. Because if it's outlined, but again, like Jackie said, it is by design. In an accident, this happening, you know. So we mustn't approach it like we shocked and they all like, wait, really? This is what's going on? We know, we've been telling you. So the question is, Big Pen, what are we going to do? And I asked a question about food. What about food? And I deliberately put that in the middle. Our children consume too much ultra-processed food laden with dyes and preservatives that have been scientifically found to cause attention deficit and aggression. What are your thoughts on that? You think the food we feed the children,
I would agree,
is a factor?
On part of the food. But also environmental issues. Remember last program we were talking about? All right. I could guarantee there are a lot of people in Barbados that go to sleep good at night. I wake up in the morning, the throat burning, there's a passion burning.
Serious.
Early morning, and as soon as the sun come out, you find that it disappeared. It will go away.
Nah, you're right. You're right. If you have a vehicle, you got this little white stuff on the vehicle in the mornings if you're paying attention.
And all you're hearing about is African dust. Listen, I grew up and African dust used to come one specific time of the year, not all through the year.
Something ain't right.
You understand?
Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Something ain't right, but some people ain't seeing how far.
Are we being manipulated?
And when you start to talk to some people, the first thing they can tell you, man, you think too much, man, conspiracy.
Send them the link to the last program we did. Are we being manipulated? Because I think there's enough evidence to support that they admit again that this is what we do. So you have to not want to know in 2024 to not know. But right now, the reality is, you know, we as a people got to recognize that this thing is happening, and we got to ask ourselves, Big Pen, a question. You got to sit with your family, Big Pen, the children, and ask, what exactly are we doing? Because we see what's going on, we know what's going on. The question is, what are we doing? I remember night I was sitting here.
I can tell you for a fact.
What's that?
Some people are of the opinion that, and that's how it is, and we gotta live with it.
Well, that's all right though, Big Pen.
No,
but that's Big Pen. I gonna tell you what I tell people all the time, especially what I tell people lately. You cannot fault a man that don't know he don't know when you know he don't know. So although there are people who might have that mindset, you got to realize that you don't have that, and ask yourself, but why many are called, right? The chosen are the few. Why was you chosen to be aware? And not just be aware now, because if you're aware, that means you have a responsibility to bring remedy. That's why I don't get me wrong. I come on here, we talk, we reason about certain things, but we have viable solutions at this point. And if it ain't right, we could tweak it. But we just ain't discussing the problem. We offering solutions. And in reality, at this point, the question is, are the children under control? What exactly are we doing? What about the food? So let's get into the food conversation real quick. You really think, because if you're going to be honest, again, you got to be honest. When you hear about this food that children going to call, most parents, again, the mother's busy, they ain't cooking, maybe a little left over here and there. Some do, some don't. But for the most part, it's lunch money by lunch. So what are these schools selling our students? What are they having for breakfast in the morning, if they're even having breakfast? What are they having for lunch? What exactly are they eating other than chips, everyday chips? They should be at least, even if the school is serving chips, there should be somebody in the lunchroom, whatever they call it, whatever it is. It must be they got technology right now. Do an app where you can't buy chips more than twice a week. You shouldn't be selling chips at school, quite frankly, in terms of what chips are, processing carbohydrates and all that. And the other stuff that's not good for you, saturated fats, whatever it is, the potatoes that turn to carcinogenic when you do it in that way. My point is, a child can't eat chips 5 days a week, though, big man. I mean, ketchup, mayonnaise, whatever else, chips, chicken and chips, 5 days a week straight. Are we talking about children feeling? You feel me?
The food that we getting now and like the food we getting years ago.
Nah. We was getting food before. We're not getting food now. It is not food.
And chemicals and all that kind of thing.
That's not food.
Like, food don't even last.
That ain't even food. That's a fact. I see you,
cook
Sean.
Food. I mean, years ago, you could cook a pot of rice and leave it on the stove. Open the next day, fresh. Or it's down now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this now, Big Pen. Like I said, we got to find some solution. What exactly are we doing? We're gonna have to have this conversation. I'm asking every individual who are watching this in a household, whether you're a man or a woman, have a sit down with your family and start having conversations. What are we really doing? We see what's going on. We seeing it. We seeing it. Don't get tapped with these schools, Queens College and the Arsons and the Lodge and the St. Michael's. Yeah, I said St. Michael's on purpose too. Yeah, you know why.
They call my school in there too.
You know why. Yeah, well, my thing is, we looking at them like, your brethren, these schools, the children going through it. It is evident the children are going through it, man. We are literally exploiting the young ones, man. Leaving them to fend for themselves.
To me, like the more confusing the main thing.
You see that?
I remember
we prefer to take pills down for joint and muscle repair.
4 years ago, the mouth won't work. I show he the mouth won't work the way I know it, straightforward.
Nah, them days gone, bro. They got ways to
that was years ago. And when he come home and tell me it is their head wrong.
Right.
Because they're doing new math and you gotta do it like that. When he started to explain to me how this thing's supposed to do it, I was like, man, that's so confusing.
Listen, I watch a few TikTok videos with the little ones, my offspring. I've seen that some Chinese math classes and stuff, the way they calculate and do division and stuff, be like, wait, what? Simplified in ways that you can't begin to imagine, like, wait, this is real?
You don't
Different
want
stuff.
it to do that.
But what I'm saying is that, again, right, if the objective is to find the answer, and the answer, the only thing that's relevant,
You got to find the answer.
we live in an age where now in 2024, unlike before, we had to go in library and dig up books, all kind of stuff to learn stuff. You could type in something in less than half, no, you can learn it. So school has to be revamped a different way. We can't, the approach is not even making sense. That's why we got to come up with some solutions for this. Shout out to Sign Core for University while we at it, by the way. We have to come up with some solutions. We got to come up with some solutions. This is not working.
Is that you should always say for sure working.
We want to
So
work.
if you're working incompatible with it too.
But again, by design, Big P.
The answer suspect.
Is by design. It's by design. It's by design.
Very much so.
Did it the PM admit that the Caribbean education system has been in play for a number of years and only designed to have a number of students advance or / excel? Well, then there you have it. You know, Pedro, shout out to Pedro, by the way, learning over 100 genders is difficult. Oh man, we not even go. There's not, we're not even touching that, Pedro. There's no such thing as 100 genders, man. We not even, there's this basic 2, male, female, full stop. I don't know who identify as. Well, whatever.
I try not to get in that conversation at all, man.
Man, I don't even pay much mind. Nobody, I mean, to me, I don't even pay much mind, man. At all.
That's a confusion. There's more confusion there.
Well, you know what? The thing is, it's the adults that confuse the children with this nonsense.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So then understand, then these are the same adults that hold a lot of positions with their certification. So you see the problem?
Right.
Okay, there you go. We need to pull it down, man. Straight up. But give thanks for calling in again. It's always good to hear you, Big Pen, the family.
No problem, my brother.
I was gonna ask you how the weather treating you, man. This rain, this sudden rain that flooding the place every other day. Got the farmers beat up bad, man. Can't even
I
plant.
live no floods, man. I ain't got no problem. I live on top of a hill.
So you okay?
I got gully to the east, gully to the west.
That means you live in either St. Andrew or St. Thomas.
I in St. George.
St. George, well, that's a possibility too. The lower end of the ridge going up, where it starts. Yeah, I got you. I know a ridge.
Too, so I know what you're talking about.
I know a ridge in St. George. I know exactly where the ridge in St. George is. It's
They
on the
got
wall
a
ridge.
couple of them. And
A few.
they really
Okay.
developed over the years
Okay.
because I keep cows and all kind of thing when I was going to school in my younger years. You know, they ain't got everything in the cow.
Sure.
Yeah, that?
Greetings, family. I know it is, man. Give thanks always, Big Pen.
Yeah.
Give thanks, my brother.
All right.
Yes, family, man. I'm telling you, we got to find solutions to these issues. Otherwise, we're gonna find ourselves by ourselves in a whole different reality, man. Somebody asking about. Okay, I see you. Another one here. I got to pull this one up for sure. Let me see if I can save this. I see you. Okay, got you. Oh man. I know a lot of y'all are, well, I appreciate the messages. If you want to call in, feel free. It's not that bad. No one's going to recognize your voice. You should still have a job tomorrow. She said, correct, Ryan. Nah, but she said, well, a Fayette school. Shout out to St. Corfu University. Yeah. Long enough, I know, man. Look, family, the reason why I asked you about the food is because we recognize that a lot of it right now ain't what it used to be, those who paying attention. And here's another reality. The food is, or has, I should say, reached a point where it's not as accessible as it once was. In fact, I saw an article that came out last week. I wanted to speak on it on Friday, a program I wanted to speak on specifically to this, which I didn't get to do because of this system, this Windows 10 thing, majig, been going on now for about 2 weeks. But I see some folks give me some advice in the comments, so we're going to look into it. I don't know, Linux, I'm not sure that works. I've seen it a few times. I've downloaded it once. It kind of crashed my system. So I have my reservations with it, but maybe somebody who knows a little bit more and do some more research, I can find out. But in the meantime, family, there's another question I have for you before we roll out of here. This is it right here. Question. Y'all may have seen this article, by the way. This came out last week. This is Barbados Today. For those who did not see me, just copy the link here. You got to read this article, man. You got to read this article. Let me copy this and put this in the comments. Let me go here. Oh, okay. Do it like this. Okay, so I posted this article in the chat as well. And this article talks about food and, well, it said consumers on Monday put on, by the way, this was the 5th. This was a week ago, I believe. Yeah, the 5th of November. Then it says consumers were on Monday put on alert for a potential increase in the price of produce due to a scarcity of food. As the spokesman for the island's vendor called the urgent action to address rising import dependency. And look, man, I don't know how else we could put it in words. Food prices been going up for a minute now. Folks been complaining about the food prices for a while. And if they're now telling you that, now bear in mind, they didn't tell you it was going up before, it just went up. Although they kept saying it was going down. Now they're telling you it's going up. You can imagine how much more is going, right? Let's put that in. So again, families who have already been struggling, who continue to struggle and are still struggling, and that's impacting on the whole household, especially the youth. Especially the youth who then going to school. A hungry man is an angry man. Imagine young people who can't regulate their emotions the right way and then decide to lash out physically because of different reasons. Now food prices going up some more and food getting scarce. This is a whole cocktail for a disaster waiting to unfold. So the question again is, what exactly are we doing? Now, we could wait, we could say, well, man must go. All right, so we get somebody else. Regardless to who. What's the plan? What is the plan? I don't want to hear about who's next. I want to know what the plan. What's next? What's the plan? Because if they're not doing anything and we could see that they're not doing anything, then we, the people, got to do it for ourselves. It is blatantly obvious. What we going to do, huh? They said a large school used to teach trade, not anymore. Really? I see this here. He said, I was speaking to environmentalists in Antigua. They said they have wind power apparatus and that there were only 5 people in the Caribbean region that can put up wind power turbines to create electricity. These are the subjects that need to be taught. Look here, man, Turney. Look here. See this right here? This is what you're talking about. You telling me that there are only 5 people in the whole Caribbean that could do this? Jeez, on bread. Serious, man. Food and how the mind is being cultivated. I like that because the same way they're dealing with the land is how they're dealing with the mines. You got to cultivate the mines, sow the right seeds to bring forth fruit in due season. So therefore, the young people are like small farms. Their mines are like small plots of land. And the teachers who teaching right now, they're not into organic farming. You know what they're into? They're into spraying pesticides, herbicides. They're into organic, teaching the youth differently and bringing forward a natural produce, healthy for the body, mind, and soul. They're into GMOs, man, modification, and pesticides, herbicides. stagnated the progress of any nation. The way you defeat a nation is to defeat the youth, because the youth are the future of the nation. So the way you take over a nation is to basically destabilize the future of the nation. And how do you do that? What's the best way to do that? You attack the children on all levels and in all fronts, man. Bottom line. Big Pain, that's you. Okay, hold on a second. Big Pain here calling for it again. Greetings, Big Pain.
Yeah, on the topic of food,
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody realized that a lot of indigenous or original trees in the island just drying up, especially citrus.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to the elder, by the way, Bishai. Speaking of food.
Remember, from years ago, people fought to suffer with a so-called disease they call bunch top, where the top is turn yellow and dry off.
Yes. Not anymore.
You know that if you plant a pawpaw tree on the cover, on a big tree,
right,
they would never get it.
Well, I don't know what they did recently, but they said they're supposed to have fixed that issue with a new strain of pawpaw that they introduced into Barbados. I was given this particular booklet here recently on pawpaw and the Ministry of Agriculture and ICA. ICA depends on where you're from. Dealing with pawpaw and papaya, pawpaw. Yeah. All right, I'm playing with the words, and it's interesting because yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I'm yet to find out more about it, but to my knowledge, the Ministry of Agriculture is supposed to have some of these trees if people want to try a few of them. I don't know the details on them. I did ask if they were modified. I think I was told no, they're not modified. But it was matter
modification is the thing.
Well, again, I don't have an issue with nothing being modified if it's being modified in the right way for the right reasons. Modification is nothing wrong with modifying something. I mean, by itself, that's the whole point of man being creators. We create, we modify what is into what can be. And so it is just the purpose. So if the bungee top was an issue and they've basically found some varieties in some parts of the world that are not affected by that particular virus, and they brought it here and spliced it into our own local, and whatnot, then that might not be a bad thing. But again, if it's a different diabolical reason for gene therapy in terms of splicing and hicing and switching on the genes in these different organisms, well, then we could talk, but mustn't paint the whole thing with one brush. African dust, what without dust to wipe. Pedro is funny. African dust without dust to wipe. I agree with you though, bro. So yeah, we definitely got to check the food. The food is the issue, family, and the price is going up.
The only lime tree you can see growing now without any issues is seedless limes.
That ain't true, man. I know somebody who good at growing lime trees. She's skilled. She got skills. If she can't grow nothing else, she can definitely grow a lime tree.
Is all right.
Right. All right, you got a point. Now you got a point. You got a point.
Edges just start draining in certain parts.
No. You got a point. No. You got a point. You got a point. You got a point. I got to testify that. You got a point. You can get it started, but at some point, sometimes something happens to it and it starts to behave differently.
Yeah, it's just. But from the time you see the bark start to crack and start to come out.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. There's gonna be a slow death. You can do some things to help prolong it.
Right.
But that's the end of it.
Serious, man.
And I had grapefruit trees, all type of lemons, all the rough skin lemons, the big ones, the small ones, limes, all kind of different seeded limes, small, big up, everything gone.
I agree, totally agree. Well, look, man, like I said, what are we going to do? We got to start having some serious conversations with our families. Start at home, start at your church group, start at your domino club with the fellas playing dominoes. Bring up a conversation, because that's how we're gonna get this message out. That's the only way we're gonna get it out, by talking amongst ourselves. Don't wait for no politician to do it for you. And when I tell you no politician, I mean no politician. We ain't got no time for that, period. And we ain't got to make it obvious, but it's obvious. Politicians ain't got a plan. They got to follow orders. It's obvious, man. We the people gonna make this happen, family. And that's the bottom line.
You know, they're the only come with promises when you got some kind of damn
Man, we ain't even listening to that. We too busy working. We ain't got the time for that. In fact, look, man, watch this see, man. Anyhow, Big Pain, what time is it? We're gonna wrap this up. Family, give thanks again, calling Big Pain. Full joy the
Very
evening.
cool.
I see some comments here, man. Let me see. Sugar is in everything. Yeah, Sean says sugar is in everything affecting behaviors, obesity, and tooth decay. This is the fact. Shout out to Gemma why we at it, man. What is the sense? School meals spend pig food for the children. They all have throwaway. Whoa, I you know what? First of all, Thelma, let me give a big shout out to the people who work at school meals. I don't think we fully appreciate school meals the way we ought to. Yes, there may be some challenges with the menu in school meals. I agree. But you can imagine how much children's school meals got to cook for on a daily basis. Like 4,000 or 5,000. I mean, think about it for a second. When you cooking for your family on a weekend, you know, or cooking for a banquet, you know, you can imagine what it's like to go and cook for like 5,000 people. I mean, I pull that number out the sky. I don't know if there's that many children enrolled. And God, man, it might be more than that. So I ain't getting to the pig food part because I agree that some of the food don't look good, and I know that for a fact. And so don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I think maybe they overwork, overwhelmed, underpaid, and a bunch of other stuff going on. I mean, perhaps the good food get taken out to the side door. I don't know. I'm just saying. We need to do an auditor report on the school meals and see if there's some, you know. I'm just saying. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure the folks who've been there long enough to go home, I'm sure they've been gone home. All their children hungry. It is wickedness happening to the children. I agree. Totally agree. Because if it's pig food, they go out throw it away, what they could do? They're going to say, well, at least they got something. Nah, we ain't dealing with that kind of mindset. That mindset has no place here. You say, Rastaman, you talking about chips? Some vendors are outside the school from before 7 a.m. selling saw worms, corn curls, and soft drinks. That is why some children have. That's what some children have for breakfast. Look, one thing about schools, right? You can make money. You go to any school outside the school, after school, and before school, you see vendors. Now, nobody not saying you can't hustle, but don't hustle the children. Selling the children bare foolishness, all in exchange for $1. Crazy. I mean, look, man. Look, yeah. What exactly are we doing? What are we doing? All right, well, look, I trying to see if I could go through these as quick as possible. It might be crazy, man. I'll be honest, it is impossible. It's not possible to always decipher what is being served by the school meals. Decipher what is being served by the school meals and the smell. Look, man, we ain't gonna bash the school meals. Don't get me wrong. We hold them accountable. But in most cases, I suppose they're doing what they're told to do. I don't think that people who work at school meals decide that what they gonna do. I think they get some information coming down. Then they got to go in there, the staff especially, and they got to follow orders based on the resources they have available to them, in all fairness. So that's not me defending it. That's me saying it makes sense. Because I can't think that people would do this and sell out food that they could see is inadequate and think that they're doing a favor. So there's a lot of variables involved in this school meals thing. And I need that to need to be checked and inspected from a nutritional standpoint. And they're doing better than they used to, for what I've been told. But I don't know if it's good enough. And again, the question is, what are we going to do? Children in China as young as 4 are learning life skills at school. Saw a video with it, and the other night they were building stuff, making beds, and even cooking, just to name a few. Again, Sankofa University, I identified as being real. I love it. I love it. I love that one. That classic. They didn't even want to leave school at the end of the day. That's what I'm talking about, man. 2 sexes, many gender. I ain't even touching that one, Pedro. You ain't easy at all. Family, look here, man. We've been on here a while, and it's kind of late. What time is it? After 11. Look here, family. Yeah, like I said, sorry for coming in late tonight, and the little time he was not here, back and forth. But I sure what's going on. We're working on it. I got some advice from some of the colleagues here in the side. Give thanks. You see the avocados looking good. Yeah, they imported too. Most of them anyhow. Serious. I know who got some really good avocados. I know that for a fact. I ain't calling the names though. We need we need new governance in Barbados. No, I wouldn't say we need that. I wouldn't say we need new governance. I would say we need to learn to govern ourselves. Each and all of us, each and every one of us. We need to be aware. I don't think changing the political parties is the solution. It may go a long way, but I think what's most adequate and what will resolve this is people learn self-governance, how to govern self. And once you know to govern self, then the government becomes the collective all, as opposed to the selected few. A lot of folks gonna miss that one, but I ain't gonna let it sit there anyhow, man. I ain't calling the names. Do not become a political idiot if you want to be politically incorrect. Well, look, family, I give thanks for that one, man. I give thanks for that one. For sure. You cannot be a political idiot, for sure. We were self-sufficient. Now we are importing crap. Facts. As I said, you sound like you getting a farm. Well, the truth is, Pedro, man, we have a farm. We have a farm. And in reality, man, we want to do so much. I won't even say that part, but land has always been a contention in Barbados with families. But for some reason, land has been some issue. People can't, it be some crazy stuff. So as it could be sitting there for 1,000 years doing nothing. And as somebody want to show an interest in doing something productive, all of a sudden, well, we was planning to build the new SpaceX rocket launch pad. Yeah, right there. So we don't want you doing that there. Really? Okay, no problem. So God bless the child who have his own, right? About to start anyhow. But we're working on it, Pedro. Say yes, we the people have to do for ourselves. Totally agree, man. That's the language. That has been my language. That's been our language. Shout out to FAID and Barbados National Congress. Again, shout out to Alex Mitchell. Shout out to Philip. By the way, I'm going to update on what's going on with the brother, Philip Springer. And, you know, from what I understand, there was an article in the paper and the media, his son was missing. And so I don't know what the update is lately. If anybody have any information on that, and please feel free to share it with us. That'd be good. I mean, it's been so long now. Hopefully I get an update, something positive coming in, you know. In fact, I probably show a picture before we go off tonight. I'll actually put his picture up at the close of the program for anybody who's interested in. I'm sure you would have seen it in the media by now. The young man and there's a few young people that's been, I don't know, plastic food. So the lime tree that's right, our tree just dried up. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It be looking good, then all of a sudden it just don't do good no more. I don't know what's up with that. The banana trees in St. Joseph where son was told it was the heat. Well, between the heat and the water, I don't know what to say, man. But the banana trees in St. Joseph, I'm aware of. I've seen that they've been having their challenges for different reasons. And I suspect I know what some of those reasons are, but I don't want to say that's my intellectual property. But my number on the screen, you know, just saying. We could talk to Bishai. They could give Bishai a job. He'd come and help them fix that issue. Shout out to Bishai, by the way, in the whole year, man. Bishai, we need you on here Tuesdays, at least on Tuesdays for the forum program. We talked about it too long. We need to get you on this platform on Tuesdays. Talk to your engineers on your side and let us figure out how to make it happen. Please and thank you. We could bring on Maria and a couple others and have the conversation. I'm sure it'll be a full discussion on agriculture and the way to go. Anyhow, family, it's been 2 hours. We don't want to be here too long. I like that, Maria. I definitely see. Kid gonna fix it soon. That's for sure. For sure. They're not going to improve anything for us. We got to help ourselves. I'm telling you, man. This is it. This is it. This is the strength. This is it. Brilliant. That is the only way to do it. That's right. That's right. That is right. If the plants are immune to glyphosate, which is the Roundup, that's the chemical in Roundup. They're genetically modified. Monsanto's plants are immune to Roundup. Whoa. I don't know. I know Roundup was banned in Barbados. I think if I'm not mistaken, Roundup's supposed to be banned in Barbados. I don't. That's a good question. I think. Do they still sell that here? I hope not. I hope not, man. Anyhow, why waste time on gas and garbage to cook and throw away? Correct, Thelma. I'm telling you, man. Pedro said them don't have them cakes we used to put in our pockets. I don't know, Pedro, they got the cakes or not. When you're cooking food, it's got to be edible. I actually wanted to cook tonight, man. If this was going to work, I was actually going to set up in the kitchen and actually cook a meal tonight, man. I felt like cooking. Somebody showed me a picture of some food earlier. It was I was like, man, I ain't gonna put my own picture up because that was okay, but as long as I'm around, that gonna be second best. Oh man. Selling dead food to make a living. Listen, man. Shout out, man. Michael Bellamy on this one right here, man. Selling dead food to make a living. Wow. That's a whole program by itself right there. Somebody write that down. Selling dead food to make a living. Family, the brother said we could do better. Well, we know we can do better. It's time to do better, man. Straight up, man. We ain't dealing with the blame. We're dealing with the resolution. How we gonna fix it, man? We identifying the issue, we fixing it. Bring resolutions to the table. Viable solutions to the table, man. Straight up, man. Straight up. The majority of my cherry tree leaves were turning black. Tim said the banana leaves spotted. That's the black Saratoga. We also have a white Saratoga, but black Saratoga is one of the major problems there. Man, I kid you not, we got the solution, but they may not want to call the Rastaman for the solution, We coming as a consultant, Bishai, we gonna be the consultants. We can fix that in one. They have hundreds of acres of bananas and struggled up, man. We ain't really serious with this thing, man. Straight up, man. We got the solution, real thing. And I ain't just saying that. Roundup this. They say Roundup don't sell here anymore. You sure? They gonna leave it at that. Ain't even calling the names. It said the blacks on the trees are easy solution to fix. You would trust fear to have the answer, right, Maria? Fair to have the answer, man. Shout out to Barbados National Congress, man. Y'all cease to disappoint. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all, man. We gonna roll up out of here. The elder say he had a tune. He requested a tune. Bishai requested a tune. I saw a Bishai comment earlier. I gotta go and look for that one, Bishai. I know you say you want a tune. I had a tune for you already, Bishai. I had a tune for you already. Listen, family, we gonna roll out of here now. Like I said, it's been about 2 hours. We don't want to be on that long. But again, Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, we should be back up on Monday again. Hopefully by then, we would have fixed this issue. If not, we'll try, because tonight, like I'm saying, if I was to show you the screen, I'm here literally fighting, the Sentinels, man. I feel like Neo in the Matrix right now, about to push the EMP, because they all over the place. And so working on it. But we're gonna get forward to you, keep you posted. Y'all have an upful and joyful night. And wait a minute, hold on a minute. There was one more thing I wanted to play though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. Because I think it's necessary. It was about, yeah, I gonna tell you about it instead. It was about, wait, there you go. It was about that flooding system that we had yesterday. I mean, the rain falls and it floods different places. But then I want to show you this. I got to show you this. I got to show you this picture. Let me see if I get it on a full screen. I don't know how I can. I'm trying to get it on a full screen. Let me see. Let me see what I could do here. It's on, you know what? Wait a minute. Let me see if I can pull this off. I'll try something real quick. I don't want to leave you all out of this thing. Oh, by the way, shout out to the inbox crew. That Auditor General report, that I got that one. That's the last one we got, the one from 2022. I'm not seeing one from 2023 or 2024 as yet. I ain't sure what happened. I'm not seeing an updated one, but I give thanks for that one. Much appreciated. Unfortunately, that's the same exact one I have. Let me see if I can make this larger here. Okay, yeah, I did. I got it. I got a full screen. Let me try to do something a little different here. Let me share this one instead. Make this a full screen. Come back here. I want to show you all this. I just want to touch on it briefly. There you go. Remember we talked about the weather the other day and what was going on? Because when it comes to food in Barbados, if the weather continues like this, in terms of these heavy rain downpours, although water is good for farm and the farmer love the water, planting crop in this kind of downpour is a waste, because this will literally kill your crop. It'll smother, it'll break those young seedlings, it'll just crush them into the ground, and so you will have issues. But this is an area, if I'm not mistaken, down St. James, and it does usually have water and whatnot. Here's the problem I have with this. When it starts to flood to this level right here, where it was a couple of days, yesterday, we know we have a different story, because this isn't normal. This isn't normal. So I'm not sure if people are paying close enough attention to this. I'm not saying that we close seeding in the Caribbean, but I'm just saying, man. But let me play it for a little second.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Sharice Brathwaite, and a flash flood watch is now in effect for Barbados. Possible impacts: possible moderate to significant runoff from higher elevations, soil erosion on exposed land surfaces, water settlements on roads and fields, at the foot of hills and coastal roads.
Okay, that's it. I just love how she so eloquently articulated all that was about to happen as a result, this sudden flash flood warning. It just seems somehow very scripted. It could be me.
adjustments to water levels of existing water bodies, objects or debris from higher elevations becoming embedded within fast-moving water flows, delays on traffic routes, with some roads becoming impassable. Residents and visitors should also be aware that this alert level could elevate to red at a moment's notice. What should you do? The public is encouraged to monitor the BMS, DEM, and GIS websites and their respective social media pages, along with local media networks for further updates. Discussion. Low-level convergence, aided by a marginally favorable upper-level pattern, is currently generating pockets of heavy to intense showers. Due to the already saturated nature of the Earth, and with expected rainfall accumulations between 1 and 2 inches possible today, Sunday the 17th of November, 2024, the BMS has issued a flash flood watch.
Okay, that's enough. I'm just saying, family, in light of what we discussed in the last program, are we being manipulated? If you haven't seen that, go take a look at it. In light of what I just shared, if you haven't seen the previous episode, the previous program of Politically Incorrect, are we being manipulated? Go take a look at it. Because I'm just saying, man, I mean, I've seen bulletins and stuff. This just seems so detailed and scripted. I felt I was on a LIAT flight, and this was the stewardess. Look, man, you can't make this stuff up, family. I'm just saying, it just sounds scripted. I don't know. It just sounded like it was just too prepared, as if it was a pre-planned kind of thing. So the pockets. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it just, I don't know, family, man. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I don't know, family. Anyhow, family, that's it for Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. If we're not correct, feel free to correct us. We got no problem with that. And I want to play where is it? Right. Bishay, you should know what tune I'm going to play right now, man. You should already know, Bishay, what tune coming, man. Wait. Ah, here it is. I was looking for it. I had moved it. I would have played this as well. Yeah. Let me put it up. Yeah, I don't doubt it's prepared. The weather had been rather strange. You said the weather, last show you was talking about weather modification. You can use the weather to destroy crops. Once you know, that affects food security, right? Like she said, soil erosion in open soil. I mean, the fact they even said that, who says that? Like, all right, we having flash flood, warning the pedestrian, the road and whatnot. She went as far as to mention the soil erosion. It's going to cause soil erosion. This type of weather will cause soil erosion. Look, man, family, man, I ain't even saying no more, man. I think I've said it all already. Yep. These crops absorb quite a lot of those herbicides, and the harvested portion contains much herbicide residue. So understand what you're doing to the children. Toxicity, man, the level of toxicity. That's why, Bishai, we're going to make it clear, man.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for CBN.
Done one step ahead of them.
One step.
Them want make a bet again.
One step ahead
Them
of
a
them,
go fall like. Watch how we step when we walking. Lyrics them a menace. I feel leave blemish. Long time ready for the Gideon Yetis. I call him Babylon a ball in a crevice.
We don't want nothing from Babylon.
No satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave master vanish like magician. Him no ease up, he no dirty politician.
He's on red.
News alert millions of American families. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for CBN.
Done one step ahead of them. If them want make a bet again, them a go fall like. Watch how we step when we walking.
Yes.
Lyrics them a menace, I feel leave blemish. Long time ready for the Gideon, yeah this. I call it Babylon, a ball in a crevice. We don't want nothing from Babylon. No satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave master vanish like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician. Snakes in the grass where them waiting on. Said them a take orders from England. But we never know we African. Can't take we out of the motherland. See them a get frightened when warriors are past.
Yes.
If for righteousness we fussing at the class.
Yes.
Yeah, we keep pushing till all Babylon attach.
Shout out to Bishai, man.
Them off is steadfast. No things sell on the black market. Everything white them must say Christ watch.
New mentality, family.
Now Christ them a
By the renewing of the mind,
wipe
got to change how we thinking, family.
them step. Watch them a set on the
Government gonna be the government, right?
get out of the
The administrators gonna be the administrators, man.
one trip we from
They gonna do what they gonna do.
progress.
We got to do what we got to do.
We don't want nothing from Babylon.
Great.
Satisfied till flames take Vatican.
Yeah, wait.
Master vanish like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician. Snakes in the grass where them waiting on. Said them a take orders from.
Come Satan.
But we never know we African. Can't take we out of the motherland. Come with them illusions to face. Never make solutions, no way. What a time so crucial. Yeah,
Big tune, big tune.
time get through.
What's the Rima?
Hey,
Don't want nothing.
talk empty.
Nothing at all.
No even else can tempt with. Nothing in the world them
Can't
can.
step the Rasta, man.
Me just a glance to Babylon plenty. Good to have a evil that I overcome. Night till the morning them get chant up. Sword and a shield all imposter
And
fit.
this Lassie first conquer all of them, man.
Iniquity of it.
All of them.
You must think that we forget.
Can't forget.
Big nice come out of Babylon. Them get hypocrite, me just can't take. Babylon a listen up, it change dialect. We don't want nothing from Babylon. No satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave master vanish like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician. Snakes in the grass where them waiting on. Said them a take orders from England. But we never know we African. Can't take we out of the motherland. So call in your messenger. You have to listen this your message, yeah. The fight is spiritual, not physical. And Babylon I do the typical. So call in your messenger. You have to listen this your message, yeah. The fight is spiritual, not physical. Ooh, yeah. Burning higher, fire blaze higher. Raise it higher, flame it higher. Wanna wave higher, consciousness higher. Take it higher, Babylon fire. Burning higher, fire blaze higher.
Yes.
Raise it higher,
Higher.
flame it higher.
Higher.
Wanna wave higher,
Higher.
consciousness higher.
Higher.
Take it higher,
Higher.
Babylon fire.
Higher.
We don't want nothing from Babylon. No satisfied till flames take.
Feeling come again.
Slave master vanish like.
Taking it higher and higher.
We no ease up, we no dirty politician.
Listen, man. We gotta be accurate about one more thing though, because in just that we're looking at. I think at this stage of the game, we got to be realistic and admit, if nothing else, that we see it clearly. We know it clearly. We recognize what it is that going on, right? So this is what we're going to do instead, man. Let me put it in perspective, man. This is what is needed, family. This is exactly what is needed, man.
Reveal the truth, a revolution. Oh yeah.
We talk facts, man.
It's takes a revolution to make a solution. Too much frustration.
Too much.
So much confusion.
Way too much confusion, man.
I don't wanna live in the park. Ain't trust no shadows after dark.
Serious times, family.
So my friend, I wish that you could see, like a bird in a tree, the prisoners must be free. Yeah. Never make a politician. So much confusion. I don't wanna live in the park. Ain't trust no shadows after dark. So my friend, I wish that you could see, like a bird in a tree. We must be free. Yeah. Never make a politician. Grant you a favor. They will always want to control you forever. So if I fire, make you burn now. And blood and make them run.
Let it be known, family.
Rasta dip on top.
Dip on top, man, on top.
So them can't predict the flop.
Rastafari.
The lightning. Ooh, Tola. Brimstone.
And
fire. Lightning. Tola. Brimstone. And fire. Kill, cramp, and paralyze. All we heard, conception, right from out of creation.
simple so far.
Good job.
At least the last of the first. Creation family. And that we dealing with family. And that we dealing with family. Let righteousness cover the earth, man. Let righteousness cover the earth. I don't think you can play one, Bob. I think it's be somewhat some sort of unethical rule, man. You can't, wait, hold on. I don't think, you can't do one, Bob, man. You gotta do at least a 2 Bob. Yeah, I we can't do one, Bob, man. I gotta add, we gotta pick a Bob to play after that. In fact, there's only one Bob you can play after play that particular tune. There's only one Bob in the true elder. In that true elder, it's only one Bob you can play after playing a tune like that. Only one Bob you can play after that tune. Man. At least lots of first on purpose colors. Up to this
This morning I curfew.
These man.
Oh God, I was a prisoner too. Could not recognize the faces standing over me. Oh no. All dressed in uniforms of brutality. How many rivers do we have to cross before we can talk to the boss? All we got is see we have lost. Yeah, yeah. We must have really paid our cost. That's why we're gonna be burning and looting tonight. Oh,
Cannot play it one time. You're mad. You're mad. Cannot play it one time. Cannot play them type of tunes one time, family. Message in the music, man. You don't want to be re-represented or represented by no affiliate. You know exactly what we want, family. We not depend on the system to correct what it has put in order, what it's put in motion, what it has put in play, deliberately by design. What madness is that?
morning, I woke up in a curfew.
What madness is that? Recognize your environment, fam.
Oh God, I was a prisoner too.
Trying to put you back on the plantation, man.
Could not recognize the faces standing over me.
The name of democracy.
All dressed in uniforms of brutality. How many rivers do we have to cross before we can talk to the boss? All we got is see we have lost. Yeah, yeah. We must have really paid our cost. That's why we're gonna be burning and looting tonight. Oh, we're burning and looting tonight. Burning all pollution tonight. A little bit tighter. Burning all illusion tonight. Give me the food and let me grow now. Let the root man take the gold. All them drugs don't make you slow now. So I was there. It's not the music from the ghetto. Weeping and wailing tonight. Weeping and wailing tonight.
Now, let me stop it right there real quick. Like I said, I wanted to top of the hour, we might as well, but it wouldn't be fair not to speak on one matter. I didn't really want to speak on it. A lot has been said already. I ain't much to add to it. I just got one question. Just one question. And this is for Barbadians. If this don't cause you to question, if this question don't make you question something, something wrong with you for you. I mean, you could be out core right now. You could be a faithful, loyal, BLP, DLP, whatever you system, you know. If this one question right now, and I'm sure others would have answered it probably. So I wasn't quite in tune. So I'm sure maybe somebody would have answered the same question. But it came to me, I want to still answer the question. I'm going to still answer this question. Let me share the screen. Hold on. Let me share the screen. Let's put this. And by the way, shout out to Barbados today. Yeah, I use a lot of your footage tonight. Don't feel the way about it. I mean, y'all use mine, don't say nothing. Yeah. Yeah, who know. But anyhow, it's all good. Check this out though, family. If this don't make you I got a question. Barbados, we have a question. The people have a question. Inquiring minds want to know. Homeless man's death sparked call for justice. A lot of y'all would have heard the situation. You heard the story. You heard different things. A lot of people have a lot to say about the gentleman who, from what I understand, is 62 years old. And quote unquote, he was considered to be homeless. But because you're homeless doesn't mean that, you know, he still wasn't or should not be treated with dignity. The brother by the name of Albert John, apparently went to the QEH for whatever reason, you know, accident emergency. And of course, they would do what they normally would do, whatever. And or whatever happened, delayed, they didn't pay him attention, he's homeless, no money, maybe he wasn't, you know, his body order wasn't conducive towards what they would prefer and whatever, so they left. Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there, I don't know. But what I find interesting is that the coroner's report, regardless of how fast, how slow, I'm looking past all of that. It was stated that he died of, I don't think they said it in this particular article here. I'm sure it probably said it somewhere. But from what I've been told and what I heard on the media announced is that he died from what they said was natural. Okay, go right at the top. See, 6-year-old. Right here you go. Here you go. Right here. It says, here we go. On the 3rd, about November the 3rd. Information death. Okay. Urge minister to come forward. Police said in the statement on Friday that an autopsy determined that the 62-year-old who went to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, listen this carefully, to seek treatment for injuries. You can't make this up, family. Died as a result of natural causes. You see this statement right here? I want y'all to focus on this right here. On this highlighted area. Only this. This is my question. Police said in a statement on Friday that an autopsy determined that the 62-year-old, and this is the operative part here, who went to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital to seek treatment, which is the operative word, treatment for injuries, died as a result of natural causes. I mean, you cannot make this up. So let me get this straight. Someone goes to the hospital for treatment for injuries, but suddenly just died a natural death. Just died a natural death. You know, people who live at home, mature elderly people live in their bed, you know, they sleep, then they go to sleep, then they wake, you know, they don't wake up. They will say you died a natural death. You died in your sleep. You died a natural death. You died at peace. You know, you don't be in a car going on the highway at 200 miles an hour and slam into the back of the truck. Then they say, well, he died of a natural cause. He died as a result of going slamming into that truck at 200 miles an hour. Injuries, or even if they didn't die on the spot and he had injuries to go to the hospital and then dies, don't say he died as a result of, it would say he died as a result of complications from the injuries he sustained. So I just want to point out how deep this goes, because it is clearly a cover-up for something. Now, I don't have all the details, like I said. I don't know. I wasn't there. I just got a question. How is it that the coroner, I think we need to question the coroner at this point, because clearly the coroner has lost his mind or her mind. Because how is it that someone who came to the hospital for treatment for sustained injuries, regardless of how they were sustained, I don't know. Injuries. Unless you're saying he didn't have any injuries. So then that's even more interesting. Perhaps he knew he was going to die and just decided to walk in the hospital and just decided, rather than pass away on the side of the road of natural causes or on a bench somewhere or by a the bus, what do you call it? The bus shed stops or whatever. He decided to go to the hospital to pass away of natural causes. This is why I'm telling you, right? What exactly are we doing, man? Really, what are we doing? I mean, they actually had the audacity to publish this in a paper, insulting the integrity and intelligence of Barbadians left, right, and center, and the international world. As far as I'm concerned, police made a statement. The autopsy determined by 6. Listen, somebody. Wait. Hold on. Let me get it here, man.
Somebody advising you wrong.
Straight, man. Straight, man.
They can't be your friends and your allies when they're advising you wrong.
Can't be. So that's the only question I have, man. You know, how is it possible that someone who came to the hospital for treatment for injuries that were sustained, that of a natural cause, y'all have just shot yourself in the foot, in a major artery, in the leg, in a major artery? I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna need a transfer. Y'all can read between the lines, man. Because that is just plain crazy. That's why I said what I said, man. And Pedro, with no apology. With no apology. What for the talk, Serious, man. Serious.
This morning I woke up in a curfew. Oh God, I was a prisoner too. Could not recognize the faces standing over me. Oh no. All dressed in uniforms of brutality. How many rivers do we have to cross before we can talk to the boss? All we got is see we have lost it. We must have really paid a cost. That's why we're gonna be burning and looting tonight. Oh, we're burning and looting tonight. Burning all pollution tonight. A little bit tighter. Burning all illusion tonight. Give me the food and let me grow now.
Serious, family.
Let the root man take the gold.
Pay attention, family. Here, pay attention.
All them drugs gonna make you slow now. So I would say, it's not the music from the ghetto. Weeping and wailing
tonight.
Weeping and wailing. Burning and looting tonight, if you know what I mean. We're burning all to